Let me lower that a bit. I am very short, but I don't want to look too short if I can avoid it. Bring this light over here. More. We got to think about the production value. Thanks. This wasn't supposed to be an unboxing, but why not? Some Posca pens. I got a brush one, but I think the brush gets gunked up really fast, especially if you don't use it that often. Oh, let me get the mic closer. But yeah, got some Posca pens. Big Excite. I got them of different sizes too, so I can test out which ones is more useful. Kind of like the wrapper's probably super loud. Hold on. Let me get rid of this and I'll start talking. Oh, and they're all individually wrapped for even more packaging because they couldn't get enough of that plastic. One second. Okay, this plastic isn't super loud. But yeah, I like Posca pens. I need kind of like that really opaque white and black in order to get those details. There's a lot of sections where I like to use a lot of really heavy shadows. I got a lot of that Mike Mignola inspiration where it's just I want to cast everything in as much shadow as I can, which is kind of hard because I want like really interesting character designs, but I'm always looking for sections to black out too. So those kind of forces are always fighting in my head. I think this one that we're going to be working on is going to be pretty much very vibrant as opposed to the last one, which was very not vibrant because, you know, it was dead. Hello, by the way. I guess I should have started with that, but I'm in my usual mood where I kind of have to rush things to get things started. But I did have enough time to get a sound check and actually watch the recording and make sure everything was all up to date. I got stir-fry rice, by the way. With some homemade ingredients. That's good. I'm in the minority of people who aren't super into Asian cuisine, but that's pretty good. Like most things, when it's homemade, it's just a lot better. Let me close this door. So yeah, very excited to test out those Posca pens. We'll see how it turns out. The tips haven't been saturated with the paint yet. Just go in order of size. This is probably going to be the one that I use the most. This is like the fine tip, but before they get into like the super ultra fine tip, this is like the... Oh, hold on. Never mind. I thought this one had a different end. It was like, they have like the one where you see on Sharpie pens, which is basically like a ball point on the tip or a rolling ball tip. But no, apparently they just have like an adorable little tiny one. Look at that. Look how small that is. Oh, does it do the like makeup artist thing? Yeah, it does. Okay. I forgot that it has an autofocus on automatically. But yeah, very excited to try those. I'm not gonna saturate them now because they're probably gonna go in my travel kit that I use for work. Before I get started, let me go and fix this overlay. Proof that I am just a meager casual artist, filthy casual artist. I'm gonna go with Fighter Girl because I haven't named it yet. I don't know exactly if we're gonna have any kind of theme like that. I think we're just gonna go generic Fighter Girl. Let me fix that. because it's too long. How does that look? Yeah, it looks fine. And I think that just automatically changes it for both the recording and the stream, but let me double check. Let's click the recording version. Properties. Okay, yeah, it changes it for both. There's this really, it's annoying most of the time, but sometimes it actually is useful where if you copy and paste some aspect of your overlay, no, like down here, if you copy and paste it, it'll keep the exact like source for it. So if you edit the title, Spider Girl, it'll change it for both of them, even if they're actually two different objects, because you copy and paste them, they're the same object. So you have to actually like recreate it from scratch if you want two different texts. Like over here it has my I actually forgot what it is. Hold on. Oh yeah, it has the music that's playing right now, the chill hop radio. But in the recording versions, if you check out the recordings, check it out, YouTube channel, you'll see that it actually has like my a link to my Twitch, or the name for my Twitch. That way they can, you know, I link my YouTube here, and then on YouTube I link my Twitch. So there's two different objects, just in case you want to know my setup. I don't know why I went in on that. So yeah, today I did have a bit of a struggle. I kind of have like an art block a bit going on where I'm not really exactly sure what direction I want to go in right now. But in like the last hour or so, I decided I was going to just do like an interesting fighting pose. Because I mean, right now we're in the Speedpaint exercise mode where I want to see if I can speed up my personal process for doing art. So we're gonna go ahead and get started on this pose. Let me pull up the painting app. Let me close this so it's not running in the background. Okay. I'll move some stuff around. Where's my Chatterino? There it is. Alright, so what brush we're gonna use? We could start with just my usual pencil. I always like to start with like a non-photo blue is what they're called. They just like a really bright blue that's easy to cover up. Sorry, I think there's a button that I missed in my shirt. Not important. So where's the pose? Okay. I'm gonna really try to stick to the rule that I saw, where you don't zoom in until you're finished pretty much fleshing out everything. And then when you get to like the really tiny details, like maybe facial details and stuff like that, you get to zoom in. But until then, well, let me do stick figures until I can get this pose down. No shame in using stick figures. Always a good way to work out the pose. I think actually when you really understand how to do anatomy, stick figures become more useful because it lets you like quickly flesh something out, so that way you don't have to like do all the work until you really get the visual down. No, actually this is gonna go way up. I'll go ahead and admit this pose I'm stealing from Alex Ross. He had this really awesome Batman drawing that he did, where he has like a Dutch angle, so you can't really tell how weird the pose is, but like he is, especially for like how he draws Batman being like this 50 60-year-old, maybe just a 40-year-old, and I'm being a zoomer, but he's really like leaning into this like stretched pose, But if anybody's gonna be that stretchy at the age of like 40 to 50, it would probably be Batman. Or I'm gonna definitely have to exaggerate this dig in where it reaches the waist. I got stir fry to my left. I got chocolate truffles to my right. I'm a very fat boy. But that's why I go to the gym, so then I can just eat like a garbage truck. I do make the thighs a little bit too fat, but I think for this character it's gonna be fine. This character would actually be somebody that lifts with their legs too, so. And then the hand is gonna come out really a little bit more towards the camera, so it gets to be a little freakishly huge compared to the rest of the body. The head's gonna be down. You always want that glower whenever you're drawing a fighter like that. That look like they're in the middle of hunting for their target. I think it could go lower actually. Let me get my eraser. I'm just gonna hold the book a second because I need both hands to get out my little tools. And the book closes on itself anyways. I should probably get rid of this eraser because I always complain about it. I almost zoomed. That was very close. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Going okay. I'm missing a little something though, a little something. I need something to pop. I need the pose to pop. I got it down over here. So I really need to push out that chest. Like, how far does this push in? This is where all those anatomy books that you read really kicks in, because you remember this little. A lot of the anatomy books that I've seen, they have like this really bendy midsection, and then these two gigantic sections for the chest and the hips. So you really get to like understand kind of like mechanically how to do it. There's a word that they came up for it in the one that I was reading, where you simplify in your head like the mechanics of something, even if that's not actually what it is on the inside. I think the chest is pushed out enough. I'm gonna add some more vertical. I don't know what I was about to say. Verticalness. I don't think that's what I was trying to say. I'm gonna add the boob parts is what I'm trying to say. The fleshy bits. I think the arm needs to be a little bit more direct, a little less bendy. Because this is like a challenge, a very direct challenge. So you really want to exaggerate how like straight and forceful it is. Like she is launching this hand at you. Like kind of runs I kind of think of the objection guy, whoever that lad is. I can't think of it while I'm drawing. Hold on. Who's the objection guy? The video game guy. Phoenix Wright, I think it's his name. It sounds fake, which actually makes it sound more authentic. Because it's a video game. How far out does this go? Actually, not that as far as I thought. But the calf can definitely be pushed out more. Calf. Calv. Singular. That is not how it's said. It's calf. Actually, I got no idea. I don't know why I'm talking about it. I just pretend that I know what I'm saying. Okay. I'm gonna increase the size of this character. But I do finally got the pose, so we can move on from my notebook. For now. So we're just gonna boop. Just make her take up the entire canvas. Maybe a little smaller. Because I might do something with the background if we have time. Hopefully I don't get distracted with links of people with waves photoshopped under their head. Not usually a tea guy, but that's pretty good. It's a peach black tea. Okay. So we're gonna zoom, lower the opacity, boop, and we're just gonna work right over it. I so desperately want to zoom in, but I'm gonna try my best to refrain. I always pull back on how exaggerated I make my forms, where I'll make these really like goofy proportions that, and then I'll think, oh, people are gonna get mad if I make the hips too small or the waist too small, or if I make the chest way too big. But I think I'm gonna try to ignore that part of my head that's worried about that. I think I'm just gonna let it be exaggerated, because usually that's what I end up enjoying the most, where it's like the art styles that are willing to do those extreme proportions and exaggerations. That's the most fun. And I think especially like the more experience I've become with art, the more I enjoy the people who are willing to break the rules. It sounds way edgier than I wanted it to. Break the rule. That's why I have this really twisted up calf. Because I know that in reality it would probably be, it wouldn't pop out as much, but I think visually your brain really responds to how the shape of, so this is the thigh, this is the calf. So your brain responds to like, this one side is heavy this way, so the other side should be heavy this way in order to be like kind of symmetrical and have like a pattern to it. So the thigh pops out a little bit more on this side, a little bit on this side, and then but it really pops out on this side. Is realistic? No. Do I want it to be realistic in the first place? Not really. Pop that knee out. I usually forget to draw knees and elbows because I'm so focused on trying to get the muscles of the arm right that I actually just skip over the elbow because I'm worried about, you know, from the forearm to the upper arm. Yeah, upper arm. That I forget about the thing in between. But now I've started to like add a little bit of just enough emphasis to it. Getting the planes of the hands worked out while I'm doing this. I think the shoulders are a little popped out too much. Should dial that back. I don't want her to. I want her muscular, but not like broad-shouldered. Maybe push that in him just a bit. Push this out a little bit more. Make her that heavy on that side. Then we can put all the little abdominals and those super tiny muscles in the side. I can't remember what they're called. I think they're called obliques. I've been drawing obliques since I was like 7. I remember how I used to break down muscles. It was such a like puzzle piece way, like where I was just almost like Legos I was putting together whenever I drew people. There was like no change from person to person. And it had like no thought of what muscles actually look like. It was just what I saw once, and then that kind of just like burned that in my memory. She's a fighter, so she's gonna have short hair. I'm gonna zoom in whenever I do the details, but let's just get like a general attitude, general impression. I'm just gonna do like black sockets for now, just to get where the eyes will be. I might switch up the proportion, the pierce her. I'm trying to think. The angle. There we go. The angle of the camera. That way you can get more of the face and less of the legs. Or I might just do what I did last time and like zoom in. But you know, we're gonna keep this simple because I think the speed paint for the last one got a little bit too much about like the visual or the overall visual rather than the character design, which should have been in focus. Although I didn't really miss anything. I guess maybe I missed the hair. I was gonna add hair, like really wispy old man hair. Taking a second to eat this before it gets cold. Alright, done with that. Alright, I'm back. Alright. No, let's do the hands. I kind of blocked them out and just left them. It's really rough, but that's kind of what the hand pose is going to be like. I'm probably going to smooth it out so it doesn't look so gnarly. It looks kind of like a monkey's paw. Which, I mean, isn't the worst thing for a fighter. And let's get this one. I'm probably going to give her like mitts like the fighter gloves. The MMA fighter gloves. Or maybe I'll use the ones that prevent eye poking that they won't spend the money to afford. Let me see. Is anything looking weird? I mean, she's very skinny. We can dial it back just a touch. I know I want to prevent doing that all the time, but just like slightly, because she looks like she has like no support. And maybe shortening how long her pelvis is, because she has a very long pelvis. And then we can just shorten her leg a bit because I do want it to look like it's further back. It looks good on both sides. But it is also just fun to flip it around and just almost like it's an animated character. Stop. Maybe you should make it flatter. Flatter to the ground. That way it looks like she's a little bit more sturdy. Because I think having her with like an arched foot is making her look like she's not like putting any weight on the foot. Even if she is. Let me check my thing. Yeah, it's flat-footed on that back foot. Let me check my notes. It's just like scribbles of the pose. If you're curious, hold on, let me see how they look. Yeah, let me see how close I can. Close. Okay. Yeah. I do have plans for the shoe. That one on the bottom right. Yeah, bottom right of the camera is the pose that we're currently doing. And then this is the pose I took it from, where instead the arms up and raising a batarang. But we're tweaking it a bit just so it fits more with just like a regular hand-to-hand fighter. Okay. But I think we're pretty much good on that. More rice, please. That must be the low sodium spam, because that does not taste too salty like it normally does. It's a really good balance. But that's besides the point. This isn't a food review channel. Not yet. Okay, let's get back to this. Oh, well, I mean, the hand's kind of basically done. It's not going to really show that much about the fingers or anything. Oops, I zoomed in. We're not supposed to do that. I think I'll do one more layer. And this one I can zoom in on. This one I'm allowing myself that privilege. So let's lower the opacity. I think we could turn off the other one. Hold on, let me check. How long is that leg? Because it looks really long. That back leg. Yeah, let's tweak that just a bit. I think it's supposed to be even more bent, like really leaning into it. So let's turn you back up. See, this is why I don't really like this brush, this eraser, because it leaves like that little soft gradient on the end. And sometimes I don't like you doing that. But yeah. Is that as far as it goes? Oh. Maybe even making it a little bit thicker in the calf. Maybe shortening the knee just a hint. Okay. All right, now I should be done with that part of this. So let me just clean it up a bit. Okay. Now you lower the opacity again. Move on to there. All right. So I'm gonna work at the face because I really want to do the face. There's not really any other reason besides that. I like drawing faces. I usually draw faces without a body. She's gonna have bright little ears. Or maybe I should give her cauliflower ear. Let me lower the opacity even more. Like I just want it like barely there. I probably should have kept doing it in blue for a little while longer. Let's make her happy looking, actually. Let's not do the down eyes. Let's do up eyes. Usually for characters, I'll give them down eyes. Maybe even like the little eyelashes on the bottom. That goes for like serious and sad characters that I do. But I like doing the opposite sometimes, where it's nice and happy. And then also still have bottom eyelashes because they're kind of fun. So downcast and upcast is how I do eyes. I mean, that's like the two general shapes I go for. Sometimes I tweak it up a bit. And I think every character usually has their own like own visual language to their eyes, because it's something I care a lot about. Just a bit of sharpness to the cheekbones. Just a bit. Let's move this up. Noses can be really hard. Especially since, like, if you come from like an anime background, most anime characters don't have any noses, so you really have to be careful with those. Those noses, they're sinister, they're up to something. And then I always give girls big mouths because it's fun to give them expressions. I think in my head it's kind of just like me trying to work against a lot of those things that I learned starting from like an anime style. Where it's like girls are supposed to have tiny mouths, and I'm like, no, we can give them gigantic mouths if we feel like it. As if anybody's actually like forcing me to follow any rules. It's like I'm making up somebody telling me no so I can drive myself to push myself harder. It's like that. Not a big Simpsons fan, but there's a little clip that I've seen where it's like, you can do this, and you know why? Because I heard that there was one guy and he said you can't do this, and then Homer gets like really aggressive and he's like, oh, he said I can't do it. Well, why I oughta, or something like that. I don't know Simpsons. I'm gonna give her a busted lip, because what fighter doesn't have a busted lip? I'll scratch her up more later, but I also definitely wanted to give her like a little eye cut. But this is like an intentional eyebrow cut. Maybe even a little bit more detail, like just like a tiny, like that. And give her a little chin. Don't need to put too much emphasis on the chin, because I always get this criticism, and it always bothers me, where like I draw like the tiniest little chin, or sometimes they'll give them like a defined chin, because some girls have defined chins, and they'll be like, "That's why did you give her this like really bulbous chin?" And it's like I didn't. Like it's just a little bit of a chin, and like because your head codes it as girl, you're like, wait, this doesn't match. I don't know. That might just be me doing that thing again, where I create my own enemies in my head. But actually, that one actually does exist. I always get told all the time that I give girls way too like wide of a chin or square of a chin, and some women that just have that. They just have broad chins, and that's fine. It's part of the visual language that I'm trying to communicate, like any other character. Like when I want somebody that looks tough, sometimes I'll give them square chins or broader chins than the average character. I mean, this girl, I'm going for more of a sharp thing. I want her more. If this was a video game, she'd have like more of a dex stat than a strength stat. She's more of a monk than a knight. Although she does not have the calm pacifism of the monk most people would imagine. I think that's how I wanted to do the hair. Oh no, hold on, I got more to do. I wanted her to have like the undercut. Or like, how far should it go? I'm trying to wonder how many like layers of hair. That one's a little too much. Just like that, a little bit more subtle. Let's do it on this side too. Whoa. Okay. Then we can work from that. Ooh, her head might be too tiny. Usually I do the opposite. Oop. Too big. More rice. Okay. I'll still give her like a narrow neck. Don't want that too broad. Sometimes I can do a really broad neck, but you know. Like I was saying, I do want her to look a little thin and muscular. Although in some of my art, I don't know if I've posted any. Yeah, I think I posted the orc girl that my friend plays in D&D. but she is a very, very broadly muscular orc girl. So like I can do a little bit of both. I'm not only thin, wispy girls. Kind of like in fantasy, like the only girl fighters you'll ever see are like archers. Like this one, you know, might fit that description a bit, but I've definitely done ones that can carry a warhammer, is what I'm trying to say. As for the outfit, this one's going to be probably just a sports bra for the top. And I did look up designs for sports bras, and I was getting like all strappy and this and that, and I was trying to get something that was really flashy. Then I realized, wait a second, if she has like anything above like a C, then she probably has to get one of those that aren't super flashy, because they won't make very flashy ones for those for sports bras that size. Like you have to really go searching for one that's like flashy in that size. Usually the smaller you are, the more fun you can have with designs. And there's some pretty nice ones. I did find one that was like made for bigger chest, and that's the one I'm gonna be going with for the design. It's at least got some visual flair to it, which I think is better than nothing. Since we're looking up at her chest, kind of. Hold on. This doesn't make any sense. Hold on. I'm working on it. Give me a sec. Since this is the bottom of her ribs, and we're kind of facing the underside of it, then her head's up here. And then it's kind of like, hold on. This is her pelvis. This is the top of her pelvis. This is basically what's happening in this drawing right now, where you can see like she is bending back open, so we're gonna be seeing it from underneath. So that's why I'm doing all these lines up top. I think it's still probably pushing out too much that way. But like I said, I do want the proportions maybe a little bit silly, you know. Some people really are against like any kind of like, I think especially in some of the in comics, I think there's like a lot of debate about like sexualizing characters at all visually, and it's kind of just, it gets really like hateful, I think, towards people who draw in a very like exaggerated feminine style. So like if you have anything above a C, like people start getting like, hey, you're being, you know, rude to these characters, you know, they're not just something to look at. And it's like, yeah, but also sometimes we could do that. That doesn't mean that's the only thing we like to do. Like I like to draw a little bit of everything. Sometimes I like to draw characters that are just very plain, simple. That's fine. Gets more focus on the character inside, I guess. Inner beauty, you could say. But all the times, you know. Yeah, this definitely looks really bloated compared to the other one. The other side. And I think because she's like pushing out so much, the rib would actually cut in a bit. I think that was also a detail I was missing. Like it's actually, she's bent back so far that you actually see the chest push away from the torso. Even for Batman, because you know Batman's rocking a little bit more than double D's for his chest. He's got big old pecs. Stop running. don't think I tried to swallow all that too fast. That was a bit strange. I'm about to sneeze. That was terrible timing. Now I got a bunch of spice in my nose. I think it's like pepper. Okay. How are we doing? I think we might need to push the back in just a bit. Just a hair. Dial it just a bit back. Exaggerated, but not childish, I think. This should be a really easy line, but for some reason I'm cutting it into pieces. There we go. Like a little band. It needs to be more narrow here. There we go. Now that looks good. And maybe a bit of a ridge. Because I know there's like a bend at the wrist where it gets like that. How are we doing on time? Ooh, we only got an hour left. I'm definitely gonna keep going until I finish this, but maybe not be able to do all the extra stuff that I was thinking. Why is this looking really weird? Hold on, before I do that. Because I did like the forearm at least. I'm just gonna cut it out and just move it. Okay. Then merge it back in. Okay. Oh. Okay. Oh, what in the world? Where did that color come from? Alright, maybe I should have just erased it from the start. Okay. That's a mess, but I do want to move on to the other arm. It's looking really bold on that side too. I might make this part a little blurry. That way it looks like she's actually in the middle of punching. Let's actually erase this and work on the hand.
Quizás más lejos que la distancia más larga. Hoy estás quizás más lejos que la distancia más larga.
I'm gonna need to cut this out and move it a little bit. Because I think this transition works really well, but I need to... But it's too far out, so I need to actually like attach it to the arm instead of trying to stretch it. Like that, kind of like that. And maybe we can make it a little bit smaller. Because I want to push out to the camera, but this is still mostly about the character design. I have no idea what this guy's saying. It's a nice song, but the words distract me. Ooh, I'm back. Artist back problems. That's what they mean by suffer for your art. They're literally just talking about back problems. None of the stress, none of that. They're just talking about back problems. Andy Warhol only worried about his back problems, nothing else. Van Gogh, some people say there's issues with his ear. I say back problems. And insanity, but you know, back problems. I'm gonna kind of have her like stomach suck in a bit. Because she is stretching, so like it'd be like this part is, we're literally like visually stretching the lines. Not literally. Let me move this higher, like that. I forget how the abdominals look for women. I know it's like a little bit longer. Or maybe that's just how I've seen it drawn before, where they make each individual abdominal longer than the males, which are more like this shape. If you really want to make it complex, you can make it like this whenever they get packed. It's almost like goggles, and then like you just stack those on top of each other. But for women, it's more like vertical. And then to make it more complex, you can Like, again, like goggles, but this time like sideways. But yeah, that's how I kind of visualize them in my head, at least. From my experience of seeing how it's drawn in a few different styles. And she's gonna be wearing sweatpants. I kind of want the to have a little bit of a play on patterns. Hold on, let me change this. This looks weird. Should be flat, but it looked a little too flat, like it was being pancaked by, like, I guess, gravity. And that doesn't happen. Gravity doesn't affect the chest at all. That's a rumor. I was almost talking into the side of the microphone with no recording on it. With no holes. I didn't mean to make that sound. So yeah, what I was trying to say was, with this design, because it's literally just the sports bra, and then which is like a very form-fitting top. The bottoms are going to be very loose-fitting to like a contrast. Plus, who doesn't like just nice baggy sweatpants? I wear sweatpants all the time whenever I'm trying to get comfortable. They're great. I actually like jeans. I know a lot of people, like, immediately as soon as they get home, they rip off their jeans and just go for like either walking around in boxers or sweatpants or shorts. But me, I maybe I just buy good jeans. But I'm never uncomfortable in jeans. I am more comfortable in sweatpants, but jeans, like, they're fine. I don't feel like I'm being strangled by my jeans. That's why I only buy the stretchy ones. And we have like a little bit of a wrinkle over here. I have a little bit of bunched up cloth here. Is that too north? No, it's Hans. That's a good song. We're looking good. I'm really liking this pose. This arm might be a little bit too strong, because this one makes sense. This one I think I actually did perfectly. Not to toot my own horn too much, but because whenever you're bunching up the muscle, like, it really gets big here. But when you're stretching it out like this one is, the arm doesn't bunch up really. It kind of gets loose, limp, muscle-wise. So maybe a little bit more like that too. Actually, that looks perfect. Yeah. We're good. We're good. All right. I'm working on details. I need to get done with the rest of the form. Oh, we still got like an hour. Hold on. It's been like 14 minutes and I got like a ton of the body done. That's awesome. Oh yeah, sweatpants, so let's not follow the lines too much. Let's go for like really big, chunky shapes. I said chunky shapes. So there's definitely gonna be big folds here, because this is where, if you wear loose clothes, it always bunches around the joints, at least when you're drawing it. Or I guess in real life too, maybe. Who knows? Who knows what happens in real life? I'm just an AI. I don't know what's going on. Then I like it when you get like a nice pair of sweatpants that have like cuffed legs. That way, like, they don't go over your ankles if you're short like me. Or go over your heels. You're not just walking on your own pants whenever you're going around the house. Like, just a nice form-fitting link. Loose around the ankles. Definitely folds here. Nice and loose. Loose is the name of the game. And I think one of the best examples of why a fighter might have like really big baggy pants and like a really slim top is Juri from Street Fighter. There's a video online explaining the design of the character really well, but they have an issue with how she's been redesigned to have just form-fitting clothes on tops and bottom, because she's a kick-heavy character and they exaggerate the legs because they really want you to see from like her silhouette that she has big legs because she's wearing big baggy pants. So like you're immediately like your head locks onto this is a kicking character, like a character that's all about kicking. That's not exactly what I'm doing here. This isn't a really big kicking character. Well, she probably has some good kicks. I did give her big thighs. I might need to add some lines to show that where the leg is underneath all the looseness. Here's the bit. What's the word? There's a word for the art design whenever lines match up with each other. You're supposed to avoid lines that match up with each other. The word I was looking for was directional tangent. That's like, to me, that's like deep art philosophy. Like tangents, lines, like that's, I don't know how true that is. Like I have my doubts. I'm not trying to say like it's completely wrong, but it feels a little unnecessary to like avoid tangents all the time. Like the way they explain it is like, these two lines right here, hold on. These two lines shouldn't touch each other in this like that. They shouldn't be heading for the exact same target if you can avoid it. Instead, they should be like clear separation between the two instead of kind of like melding together, because it makes the design more clear whenever they're not so cluttered. Which, I mean, I'm not denying that that's the case. That's not true, but I think avoiding it maybe 100% is not the right answer either. I'm gonna give her some sick kicks. Big old, like, kicks. That might be too big. Let's make it smaller. Like that, yeah. I definitely, no matter how baggy these pants are, I definitely want to keep this really sharp, like kick it, point out. This really sharp outwards point, triangle. This, that motion is what I'm trying to preserve. even with the baggy pants. Nearly had an aneurysm there. No, actually, I'm gonna keep it. I'm gonna keep it tight there. I'm gonna keep it tight. Almost looks like she's wearing Goku's pants. What is his name? Akira Tomiyama? Let me go and make sure that's right. Akira Tomiyama. Toriyama. I think I said that right the first time. But yeah, the guy who made Dragon Ball and other things, but I think everybody knows Dragon Ball. Dragon Quest is the other one. Okay, I was wondering, like, if he was still doing the art for his own comics or his own series, but it does look like somebody else does the art for for Dragon Ball Super. It's kind of trippy whenever you realize like other artists when an artist's style has become so innate to a series or something that people actually will come out that can easily duplicate the style. Like Mike Mignola is kind of there. You can get pretty close to it. But I do think he has like also like a sense of design that is really hard to replicate. Like his knowledge of like just, I don't know if it's knowledge or just like what he likes. I think that's always been his thing where he only draws what he likes to draw. So like his choice on like how he draws old buildings and old this and that, old sculptures is so hard to replicate from your own muscle. You can't like copy exactly how he does art. Maybe the style, but not his brain. But Dragon Ball, yeah, I think he kept his art style pretty simple. So like his you can copy how he designs buildings and how he designs and outfits pretty easily. They all have like these really big, poofy, baggy clothes, but they're very simple too. Where it's just like the lines are very simple. Is what I'm trying to say. I don't know why I'm talking about Dragon Ball all of a sudden. It has nothing to do with this character. Oh, I did write down how to shoot. I drew how like I did a very simple sketch of how this shoe design that I was going to be working from. Can I just... Yeah, let's do that. No, this isn't working that well either. Yeah, there we go. That's pretty much the entire thing. It's got a very specific shape, so it's not something I could memorize. But it's overall still pretty simple. I did want to give her kind of flashy shoes. And me, personally, I don't see many shoes that like compete with how interestingly designed Nikes are. I think it's very hard for any shoe to look that interesting. But usually Nike does it more often than anybody else, but also probably because they hire so many different artists and release so many different shoes that eventually some of those are going to hit. I do like Adidas as well. I'm also a Vans fan. Converses are classics. But overall, I think Nike's does the better designs. At least for like that very specific, like kind of gaudy shoe where you like, it's almost like distracting from the outfit. So Converses are like very easy to go with any outfit, and they won't like really take away from your outfit. At least in my opinion. Like I'm not a fashion designer at all, but I think if you want like those shoes that would like literally everybody will look at and be like, wow, those are kind of nice shoes. I think Nikes gets those the most. Adidas is a good second place. I don't have any beef with the Adidas fans. I'm not gonna actually do the Nike simple. We're just gonna do like a what's like a off-brand Nikes. I always hated when people did that in art. I was always confused why they would never just say the restaurant. They would do like a cheesy knockoff version of it because they don't want people to think that they're like trying to sponsor it. Kind of like they do in movies where they shove it into the background. Now I've come to realize why they do it, and I have actually like started to learn to love when people do like KFC. They'll just do like a JKC or JFC, and it'll be like a really bad Colonel Sanders instead. Like it's very cheesy, and I've come to like really enjoy when people do that. I think sometimes it's not even to avoid like the look of selling out. Sometimes it's actually just an artistic way of having fun. Don't need to bother too much with the shoes, or with the shoelaces. And then I don't know what the shoe looks like from the front. I only took like the side profile. Like this is the only angle I know the shoe from. So let's try to work that in. I think I want to give it a little bit more of a sporty look, so less round. Make it sharper. At this point, I'm designing my own shoe. Yeah, I think we might be good there. Let me just put like a little cut. This song sounds like a really sad goodbye. Although I think it's actually supposed to be cheery. Kind of reminds me of like whenever you're like trying your best to be happy. When you're actually sad. Kind of like an end of a series. Okay. All right. I think we're good. His chest looks off a bit, and I'm trying to figure out what that is. I think it's because this is too high. It has. This is almost like people with having trouble making the eyes look perfect. Like I can do eyes pretty well without struggling. But then when it comes to making sure that the chest is like one isn't obnoxiously bigger than the other, I think it needs to be more round. See, I just keep finding more little things to tweak. And the worst part is I think I actually want to make it bigger because I think I actually downsized it a lot trying to make it work. And now it's like, it almost just looks normal to me. And I didn't want it to look normal. I wanted it to look a little exaggerated. Hold on, I think another issue is that this is like weight should be more towards this. Kind of like that. How we doing on time? We're getting there. Okay, I'm liking it. Yeah. We're gonna leave the chest that size. I don't want it to be too obnoxiously big. I think it actually is a lot bigger than I'm giving it credit for. It's just my brain is just like, we could go bigger. We could go bigger. We could go bigger. I'm just making tiny little tweak because I think it's still not the exact same size. Oh, jeez. What just happened? Ah! There we go. Oh yeah, and she has like a design. Let me get that. The sports bra has a design. It's still a simple design, but like I was saying, like at least it's not completely bland. Like sometimes these sports bra of these size have to be. Wait a second, I'm following lines that shouldn't be there. See, sometimes avoiding tangents makes sense. Here I was trash talking it. Helps with the shape. Although again, I'm critiquing whether or not they match it perfectly in my head when I should be moving on. Okay, now we're close enough. Let's go ahead and just... let's just make that tight. Like that. Is this sleeping fish? I knew it. Why didn't I know it? I'm becoming addicted to this radio station. It's get some abdominals too. Or obliques. I can't remember which muscle these are. No, these are the obliques. Abdominals are the abs. I feel like that's kind of obvious now. Big muscles. Oh yeah, for sure, belly button. Almost forgot that. Might be a little low, but we're gonna leave that. I don't think it's too distracting. I can pick my battles. Hands are fun. Okay. And then now that I've done that, I can add the gloves. So these are going to be super cool fingerless gloves. I'm going to give her a big wristbands. Wristbands that honestly should not be this thick and bulbous, but that's what they are. Again, I think it has to do with that like visual coding where it's like you want emphasis on it, so it's like they're huge and exaggerated because like, I want you to look at them like that. I want you to be like, look at them and immediately think she's somebody who uses her hands a lot because she has these big things on her hands. That's where a lot of emphasis is placed. I think I could turn the layer underneath off now. Oh, I forgot to. And then let's clean this up and up a bit. I was gonna do some hatching to make it look like she's in the middle of like thrusting her hand, but I actually think this is more like a Bruce Lee pose to like show a fighting position rather than an actual like. This isn't her throwing a fist. Otherwise, she wouldn't really be getting that far past her own leg. So it'd be like a very short punch. I don't know a lot about fighting, but I know that, you know, the fist has to go further than your body. And if you want to hit anything, at least. Hold on 1 second. And I really like showing off that, like, this little pad around the thumb. And I do want to give her kind of sharp fingers. Hold on, let me see if I can. This one should be like dead on, so. Trim nails, she doesn't wear claws. Maybe I should roll up the finger completely. No. Let's go back. Because then I have to completely rethink how it's rolled up. Or completely rethink the pose of the hand, not the entire pose. Not everything is based off of just the fingers. So this is more like she's doing like one of those little claw hand poses, which I don't think would be very effective. We don't actually have long nails in order to take advantage of this like claw pose. Most of us don't have nails this long. Nails long enough, neither does she, so. Oh, I forgot about the gloves. So, oh well, I guess the only thing I need to add is just like the big wristband. Okay. I think we're finally done with the pose. Oy. Oh. Let me see. Is there anything else I need to tweak? I think we can change the size of her now a little bit. Now that we have like the overall pose that's done. And I know I'm not going to have time to do anything too crazy with the background. So we could just like make her take up more of the... I think this is as big as we can go before it starts to... Actually, it's still a little too big, so maybe like that. No, shorter. Let's actually make her smaller again. I think this is still slightly bigger than it was, but I do want her to be a little bit more towards the bottom left. And have like a little bit more of a gap on the top right. Okay. Alright, how are we doing? Just give me a second to look over it and see how much I like it. Alright. So let's get into the color. Let me delete the sketch layers. Bit. We could keep it for posterity, but I think we'll be alright without it. So I didn't have a new palette. Sorry. So let me try real quick, just it's the wrong one. What? Oh, it's a square tool. That's really unnecessary. I don't think I need that brush. I don't know if I'm gonna go for super watercolory or anything like that. Let me look at my brushes, see if I can find something fun. I don't think I want to do chalk again either. Oh, well, I mean, we can do chalk. Yeah, that's fine by me. All right. So let's start by... Not sure what noise I just made. Let me grab the wand. Bop. I'm trying to think of a quick way to do this. Select invert. And it's just bucket fill. That just made the ink lines. Okay. Oh, I'm on the ink lines, that's why. Interesting that it grabbed all that. Let's not select that. Let's go for something simple on the color scale. Not blue and orange, but something a little different. I think for the background, let's do like a smoky purple. Well, I just did smoky purple for death on the last one. Something dark. So let's go with the rosy violet. And then maybe a dark tealish color. Let's try that. So like a rosy violet to start. And like a dark teal. What? Oh. Just for the background. I already like it. And for the character, we're gonna start with like a purplish color. Like this, just for the base. Maybe even darker. Too dark. Just like a little bit grayer. Like just desaturated just a hint. There's the saturation. That's the one. Yeah. So let's just, actually, let me get the hard brush. Just to fill in everything real quick. Then we can start to erase from there. Beep. Let me try something. Let me get the charcoal. Let me get this triangle shape and erase with this. There's like a harder one. What is like the hardest? Oh, that's why it wasn't the hardest brush. So let's try erasing with this one then. Yeah, this is a little bit more what I'm looking for. There we go. I almost had it too. There we go. Shut up, Tinder. Ooh. I think if I had made everything a little bit better, closed everything up a little bit better, I would have just been able to select and then invert it and then filled and stuff like that. But unfortunately, I was not that smart. Or I guess I want to preserve some of the sketchiness of this. I wasn't going for a really clean line art. Again, speed painting. But so we're gonna have to do it this way, where we kind of create hard lines to follow. Harder lines. I'm getting too detailed actually. I forgot that I was just using this one to get the really obvious parts that I need to trim off. And then using the other brush to get the details. Really? For like a quick first pass. Oh, I forgot I was going to use the other brush to do this part. Wait. I think I just need more triangle brushes is what I'm saying. I changed my mind. We're going to use the hard brush. How close are we actually? Okay, yeah. There's definitely some sections that need this. Is there like a square brush? What about you? How would you work? Oh yeah, that one's way better. Let me do that. Click the hard brush. That way you can just switch in between the two. Whoa, I meant to go smaller. Some charcoal bars. How long have you been standing there? I got really into this. I blanked out for a few minutes. But this is kind of the part where it's just it's a little mind numbing, but you know, I've heard the argument that sometimes you need a little bit of that boring time for you to really be able to express your thoughts, be able to like sit down and think about things. Like you can't just have like constant activity, constant excitement, or else you don't have time to let your brain sit and think on ideas. Which is definitely what I'm doing. I'm definitely not just turning my brain off as well. Reminds me of that part in Donnie Darko where they're looking at the idea of like replacing all the... They have like goggles that they have for babies that are basically like VR goggles, where they can give them VR lessons instead of, you know, just staring off into space or whatever it is that infants do. They could use that empty time, or the time where they're not using their brain, and make it an educational moment. But the teacher says something about whether or not they considered whether it was important for the development of an infant to have that free time, to have those moments of zero activity or, you know, boredom even, to grow as an infant. I think that also probably applies to being an adult, where sometimes you're going to need that. You need that empty time where you literally don't do anything, so you can think and not be constantly moving on to the next thing. Some sedentary, I don't know if sedentary is the right word, but some moments acquired are good for the soul. That sounded really lame, but yeah, I think you get what I'm trying to say. You, camera, my best friend, camera. I think we're almost getting there. Oh, this part's really sketchy. Although I get that since we're just mortals, we're always worried about wasting time. I've heard that's a very American thing too, where we're just like constantly zipping and going. And in a lot of other countries and places far away from the US, they take more time to appreciate just, you know, chilling. In some sense, it's like you have to do that. Like you don't get the freedom to enjoy time to yourself. Like you have to work, because we're all victims of this capitalist society. But yeah, I always wonder how, not always, but sometimes I do wonder about how like important it is for us to just like sit down, take a minute, not just for like your mental health, but for like creative reasons where you need time to just sit down, do nothing. I mean, that's what I'm doing right now. That's why I'm having like art block, because I have a lot of time to just sit around and draw. So now I'm to the point where I need the time to just think about what I'm actually working on. Did I do anything? I changed the line out to multiply because I know that it does stuff, but I can't see anything. All right, so next we're gonna do the skin. Select from opaque. Place. Then we're going to separate out the skin parts. So first, new layer. Gonna go for like a tan. She's gonna be dark skinned, so let's start with a vibrant color. Yeah, I don't want a hard brush though. We can go to the chalk now. That's a little bit too green. Like I want like a rosy brown. It's still too green. Yeah, let's start this as a base coat at least. And I am using a chalk brush because I don't mind if the purple comes through a bit. I think the purple looks really good with it. Then we can switch back to this to erase where it goes over. Actually, we don't need to erase that much because we can just do the pants over it. Okay, yeah, this is very chocolatey brown. Does that sound right? Maybe more like a cinnamon brown, actually. The Hershey's actually has more of like a desaturated brown kind of look. I'm gonna add like another layer to this. Select from the skin. I'm just gonna jump right into doing some of the other tones. I'm definitely gonna have to turn this one down, but we're gonna just keep roll right into it for now. Just wanted like a quick blocking out of kind of like the general shape and shadow. Turn this down a bit. What just... I did all of it on the same layer. I'm gonna cry. Okay, hold on. What can we do to fix this? Okay. Can I like copy and paste undos? Okay, but like, how can I grab these? Can I grab more than one? Like, I just want it. What is the point of undo history if you can't do anything with these layers? Whatever. We're just gonna cry about it later. I did it in like 5 seconds, so I can just do it again. Because this isn't super serious. But God, I hate doing it on the wrong layer. There we go. Now I can turn it down a little bit just like I wanted to. Then I'm gonna go for like a warm yellow color. And then I'm also gonna make it a hard light layer, hard light layer. See how this works. Okay, interesting. Let's do it like with a spray. Just like a warm light coming from this side. Then I'm also going to do another one the exact same way because I'm going to have a second light source. Hard light. But this one's going to be the background violet. That's bright color. What's the background color? Oh yeah, it is a different color. Let me just delete this layer and then do it again. I deleted the wrong layer. What if I just make it normal? Because I think the hard light's mixing too much with it and making it just like an orangish red. Nope. There we go. Okay, so that's the pink layer. Let me go ahead and get the eyes in. I'm gonna go for like a bluish for the whites of the eye. I'm just gonna pencil it in. Oh, I should have done more detailing on the eyelashes, but we'll get that later. Then I already know I want to make it some gold eyes. Let's start with like a really dark tone first, like a brown, goldish brown. Oop. I want like a bright gold, but not like a super orangish yellowish tone. Maybe like something, just like a single in between color. No, it's not. That's not enough. It's way too orange. Come on, like something in the middle. Come on, give me something. Give me something. What if I make it just lower opacity? Yeah, that's working. Let's also cut out the smile. Okay. Got something more. Oh, I'm back. More important features. Ooh. Let's start with this tone. Oops. Again, with the layers. Oh my goodness, I'm gonna have to fight with this my entire time. Is that my hairbrush? It is my hairbrush. Oh, okay. Oh, hold on. There we go. Eraser. Clean the ears up a bit. Then the eyebrow. I could probably go even darker on this hair. Oh, neck. And my eyes. Are the teeth transparent? Why are they transparent? I want her hair to be white, but I don't want to go too overboard with it. I don't want it to be like, you know, I chose the white Crayola crayon and just went over everything. I want it to be like a little bit more complex than that, with like a little bit of rosy tint to it. And a little bit of, you know, the lighting sources mixing with it. This is a really great brush. I'm glad I got this. Let me do that. All right, so let me grab that color. Bop, 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 bop. Then we're gonna grab a soft brush. Bip, bop. Then we're gonna get a paintbrush. Make it big. Is it on multiply? I meant to click normal. Maybe you should go for like an even more saturated color version of it. Like instead of the exact same background color, maybe normal. Go with like a really bright pink. Because the background isn't this bright pink, but I think it, like, in your head will make you think of the same color. Or it'll like signal in your head that it's like coming from a similar source. Then also the golden color, the really bright yellow color, that's also going to be here. And just one more layer to get some darker tones in. So this is the darkest we got right here. So just a step below that. Maybe even more desaturated. Let me go with this. Desaturate it a bit. A little bit more saturation, a little bit less. Something like that. Let's go with that. Pick that other brush back up. There we go. Multiply really works with that. And I think I want to dampen down the other colors just a touch because it's getting a little bit too colorful. It looks like she has rainbow hair, which is cool, but also not exactly what I was looking for. I think that is also telling me that we need like an objective white, like a very just like plain white to contrast the rest of it. But like very sparse. All right, let me deselect and see how we're looking. Yeah, I like where it is. Ooh. We have gone 30 minutes over, but we're gonna keep going because I want to finish this. Let me also get the whites of the eyes while I'm doing some of the smaller details. This is the size of my pencil, Jesus. And put this over the pencils. Oh, or over the line art. Yawn. I just breathed really hard into the mic. I hope you appreciated that. This stuff is cold, but it's still really good. It's actually really cool that she looks purple like that. Whoops. I think I'm actually gonna dye back the color a bit. Let me switch it to this like brighter tan. Huh. Interesting. That's not what I wanted at all. Whoa. That's way too bright. Yeah, it's still too bright. I need a... That made her darker somehow. That's... yellow? How? I'm trying a bunch of different browns, trying to get one that I like. I want it to be like slightly paler, but not completely pale. Let me turn off some of these layers. Let me grab this color. Bop. Okay, so that's where we are. And then let me just play with the color selector for a bit. What does this look like? Oh my goodness, it's like 100 times brighter. But just like a slight upward step. There we go. I think that's good. Let me even turn this multiplied layer even further down. There we go. I think that's good. That's a bit more where I want it. Well, yep, there we go. Just a slight little tweak I wanted to do. Because she was dark, but she was kind of a little bit too saturated. Like it was like she was more like completely red skinned rather than like a skin tone. Don't know if that makes any sense. Maybe that says something about how I color characters. I don't like go far enough. But who knows? There's too much thought for me. I am but a child. Just a big one. All right, we're gonna do like a rosy purplish gray for the base tone of the outfit for this, at least the sports bra. That's a pencil. There you are, my trusty chalk. So it's gonna be like a black, but we're gonna start with lighter tones first, and then like work it into the black. Hopefully you'll see what I mean. I want like a black where you see some more reddish hues whenever it hits light. I meant to put eraser on. Clean that up a bit. Okay, got that nice little red tone. Let's go to a layer. I'm probably gonna just merge all these layers once I'm done, but until then, I think this blue would look nice. Let's make it a multiply. Whoa, that's really dark. First of all, let's get the big shadow in. Yeah, let's make it a little bit like painterly, where you can see a little bit like of this texture and some of the lines coming through. I think this works more as a shadow layer, which wasn't what I was intending to do, but that's what it became. So then from there, we can actually put in more of the texture. So let's turn that off for a second and then actually get the what I was trying to do in. Need like a really dark shade. Let me maybe like, let's just turn the slider down. There we go, like they have the same color. Oh, hold on. Let me also select. This would probably save a lot more time. Paint. I think I'm gonna have to cover it up and then work backwards. I think that's might be why I'm struggling trying to do this part. And then just like erase. Too small. Please, for the love of God, tell me I'm not on the same level. I'm not on the wrong layer. Please, 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 please. I was on the wrong layer. I'm so tired of this. Man, I'm angry. It's still an eraser. Enough with the singing. Kind of trying to get like a satiny texture. Let me look up a satin texture. So maybe that's why I'm having trouble. Okay. Oh. Am I spending way too much time on a sports bra? Maybe. Are you my boss? No. Ooh, hold on. I can use one of the ones that I wanted to. Or one of my new brushes. I got spray brushes. So let's change this to multiply. Make it really... that made it too light. I couldn't see where I was going. Trying to get a good brush. That one's the one. And then let me try inverting it. Or making an eraser. The only issue is that it stops getting smaller at a certain point. Come on. There you go. I didn't spend way too much time on that at all. Oh, my back. Okay, back to my tools. I did notice that I wanted to remove this. Get some of this back in. Let me make this one an eraser, actually. Okay. Now it looks great. Now I just need the rest of the sports bra. I'm gonna put it right under that part. What color? I didn't think of a color. I think maybe even darker black. So like, not just like vaguely black, like an actual black. Let's grab that lavender color and just make this like almost black. Why is it not? Please grab. There we go. Ooh, I should save. Because I think it almost crashed there. Let's call this Fighter Girl. Okay. And then let's fix it up by erasing the parts. Yeah. Nice and clean. And then we're gonna pop. Select from opaque. Actually, click the right layer this time. Then we're gonna go for an actual darker black, and I'm just gonna use a spray brush. Let's get this one. Then most used the air spray. I'm gonna erase with it. I think to make it a little easier, I'm gonna kind of mist it with some light with a lighter color, so I can add highlights to the points that I need to. Why is it not doing anything? It's an eraser. Then we're gonna lower it, the opacity for this, just a bit. There we go. That kind of adds a little bit more of a form to it. Let me erase this bit. This is a little bit too bright. I just want like a quick little line. There we go, perfect. Hang on a second, why is there no darkness to this part? Yeah. Okay. Okay. Ooh, my back. All right, next part. Gloves. Just gonna put this right on top of everything. Yeah, maybe not everything. Just on top of the clothes. So we're gonna go with a cherryish red. Yeah, it's more like a orange. You can also get the hard brush. It's like way more of a purplish hue. No, it's way too desaturated. I think the reds are closer. There we go. Yes, that's a cherry red. I'm gonna make her nails cherry red too. Just because she's a fighter doesn't mean she doesn't like nice nails. Oop. Thought I filled this section in. Where'd it go? There you go. Then erase stuff here. Bop. Just the tiny little fingers that get out of the gloves. I say tiny, but her hands are probably rougher than mine. She could probably skin a cat by petting it. There we go. Select, deselect. All right. Then we're going to select from gloves. Select. I could have just select replace if I wanted to save a step, but I didn't think about it. New layer on top of that. We're going to make it a multiply. Make it a dark purple. Just, oop. Wow, that is incredibly dark. I always see people using multiply, but like it basically just turns it darker. Like it doesn't add any color to it at all. Like I want a little bit of like fun with it. Is that as dark as that purple goes? We need a darker purple. Which one is it? This is the dark, really dark purple that I made. Well, actually, where would the light be coming from? Oop. Keep hitting the max window size button. Yeah, I think it'd be easier to just do it this way. And then, bop, erase the color back in. Let me get a really warm white, like a reddish white. Basically pink. Let me grab the pencil. I love using this for highlights. And just a little glint. Why is it so small? There we go. A little bit smaller than that, like 5? Yeah, 5 is perfect. Just for the nails. That looks, oh, that looks great. All right. And let me also, I also forgot about the second hand for this one. So, let me grab that. Let me grab the color. Bit. And then do the same thing over this side. Easy gloves. Whew. Oh, my back. All right, so I think we could say speed paint is maybe not the right word, because we are now coming up to 3 hours, and I really probably should call it soon. I think I'm gonna try to do the pants, and that might be where we leave it. I don't know what pulled me out of it for so long. Maybe all the breaks I didn't stop to eat. Forgive me for that, for eating. Not sure. But on the plus side, we can probably make this even a little bit more interesting later. So I'll go ahead and do a second session and then add more to it later. But again, I'm just gonna get the pants flatted out, and then we're gonna call it. So select from skin, the base layer, and then we're gonna move up at least past the skin colors. Beep. And then for the pants, I want to do like a cream color. So that, beep. Nope, didn't want to switch that. But bit too yellow, a little more of a tan. That's the one. I just realized I don't think I have anything to post whenever I'm done with today's session on Instagram. I have a bunch of artwork but I've been real lazy about actually like tweaking them up to look nicer. So I have like a bunch of art that I have on the back burner that I should be editing to make look nice, but I haven't. Usually before I post art, I pump them. I drop them in the Krita and like edit them to make the colors look a little better, fix issues that I just could not fix with traditional means, like highlights. Sometimes none of my tools that I use to do that kind of stuff will do it correctly. Like the white gel pen just won't cover enough, or this or that. Or sometimes the white coloring pencil. I know that the gel pen sometimes will just stop working, or even the microns will just stop working on any kind of like colored surface after a while, depending on how much color I've already put into it. Like if I put any coloring pencils on it and then try to go back and add it, Like, no chance that it'll work at all. But that's what I'm hoping these Poscas will solve, because I'm pretty sure it can go over any kind of surface. You know, it's made to go on brick and wood and that kind of stuff. There we go. Probably gonna have to desaturate it a bit, make it even more cream colored rather than this like yellowish khaki. Because I do want it to look more like a bright tan. I think I'm actually just picturing the sweatpants that I own. So there's that. But yeah, I'm gonna do a second session on this. Speed paint failed, but I am liking the design at least. It is what it is. Maybe I'm misinterpreting how speed paints work. But anyways, yeah. Thanks for anybody who could be here. I hope you enjoyed the work. I think I'll think about it later of what I could have fixed, but right now I'm pretty happy. But yeah. Thanks for anybody who could be here, even if it was only for like a few seconds. If you didn't say anything at all. I just appreciate anybody being here and spending some time with me. Make sure to check out my Instagram. I post a lot of stuff on there. I won't be posting anything tonight because, again, I was being lazy. Please forgive me. Yeah, check out my Instagram. Check out my YouTube channel where I'll post the full videos of these, the full archive of these videos. And also check out the highlights if you want just like a shorter, crammed down version into like 5 to 6 minutes. I did post the supercut of the Araceli vampire drawing, which was really hard to do. Cut, trim down all that time, but I did it. I did it for you. Yeah, check all that out, and I'd appreciate it. I hope you guys have a great night.